Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show here on Friday, October 21st, 2022. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez. How's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good. Check the sound real quick. A lot going on. Got one Major League Baseball playoff game today. Got the full slate NBA game. A bunch of college football for tomorrow. A couple games tonight as well. And we'll talk to that NFL and get all the NFL Sunday. Real quick. What do you think about the baseball matchup tonight? The Phillies and the Padres, 1-1 going to Philadelphia. I think I like the Phillies. I got a feeling
Be a long series. I think it'll end up probably 2-2. I think San Diego will get one there.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game tonight because of the pitching matchup. All right, now we sound better. Because of the pitching matchup, since the Phillies had to play in that wild card round, they didn't. Or no, excuse me, the Phillies already used their best two starters. I mean, in this series, so they're going to have Suarez, who he pitched decent in the wild card round. Ranger Suarez did, but I think I think Padres have the better pitcher on the mound with Musgrove. I think it's going to be a real close game. I'm hoping the Phillies win, but I like the under the 7.5 in this game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. So under the 7.5 is what I like best in this game. Padres do have the better pitcher on the mound, but they're going to be in Philly. That Philly fan base that place is going to be rocking.
It is.
I think that's going to be an advantage for the Phillies. I think the Phillies need to jump on Musgrove early. I know I've said that a lot in the playoffs, but if you can jump on a team early, you can set the pace of the game. They jumped on them early last time, but then let them jump right back. You got to jump on them and shut them down for a few innings at least. So it'll be an interesting game. But the Padres are 1.5 run favorites on the road, minus 120 on the money line. Like I said, they'll have Musgrove on the mound. The Phillies are plus 102 on the money line with Ranger Suarez on the mound. Over-unders at 7.5.
Phillies bullpen didn't look good the other day at all. So
Yeah.
San Diego probably wants to try to get in that bullpen again.
Yeah, they're going to get that bullpen as quick as they can. So, like I said, my favorite bet on the baseball game would be the under the 7.5. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, hard fought game. I could see this series probably going 7 games. I really do. I think the Yankees could still force that to a 6 or 7 game series, but they're going to have to get something going at home. But they'll have their two best pitchers on the mound now because their pitching lineup was a little jacked up. So they'll have Cole on the mound tonight and then Cortez on the mound tomorrow. So that'll
The Yankees play Saturday, right? Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
You said tonight, so that's.
Okay, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Only baseball game tonight is the Padres and the Phillies, and then NBA, got a bunch of NBA games tonight, and then we'll go to college football. NBA, you have the New Orleans Pelicans at the Charlotte Hornets. The Pelicans are 7-point favorites, minus 260 on the money line. Hornets are plus 215 on the money line. Over-unders at 226.5. I like the Pelicans here. It was at 6.5. It's went up to 7. But I like the Pelicans in this game at the -7. Pelicans looked real good in their opener. They got a healthy Zion now with the throw in there with Ingram and McCollum, and Ingram is starting to really look like a star. So I like the Pelicans. The Hornets are just they're struggling a little bit. Ball's trying to work out a leg injury, so we'll see what happens with that. You have the Spurs at the Pacers. Pacers are 1-point favorites at home, -116 on the money line. Pacers lost a close game in their opener against the Wizards. Of course, I'm going to say the Pacers. This isn't the game and one of my best bets. So, but I do think the Pacers have a good chance of picking up a win tonight. I like what I saw of the young group. I didn't get to watch the whole game, but what I watched, they play hard. I think they were jacking up too many threes, but that's what the game's gone to now as well. So you see a lot of that. Next game is the Bulls at the Wizards. Wizards are 2.5-point favorites, -134 on the money line. Bulls are plus 114 on the money line. I like the Bulls in this game. I like the Bulls at the money line at the plus 114. I think the Bulls win this game. I know they're underdogs, but the Bulls came out, played real good the first game without Zach LaVine.
Yep.
And I think LaVine's going to be back. So I like the Bulls on the money line. You get better odds that way than if you take them point spread. Another game I'm interested in, the Celtics and Heat. Celtics are 2.5-point favorites. They're -138 on the money line. The Heat are plus 118 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 219.5. I like the Celtics here at the -2.5. Celtics looked real good coming out in that opening game. I thought they might have came out a little slow since they were going to have a new coach and everything. But they actually came out on fire and pretty much dominated the 76ers in their opener. If Tyler Hero can't get going, the Heat struggle. They just don't have a lot of consistent shooters. But I like the Boston Celtics at the -2.5. And then another game I like in the NBA is going to be the Toronto Raptors at the Brooklyn Nets. Nets are 3-point favorites at home. They're -152 on the money line. The Raptors are plus 128 on the money line. Over-unders at 227. I like the Nets here at the -3. The Nets got destroyed the first game by the Pelicans. I look for them to come out here at home this game and play a lot better than what they did against the Pelicans. Raptors aren't as good as a team as the Pelicans either. So I like the Nets at the -3 on the spread. Hey, how's it going, Dre? Dre Montez. Thanks for joining us. Then you have Memphis. You got the Grizzlies at the Rockets. Grizzlies at -7. I like the Grizzlies in that game. Nuggets and Warriors. That should be a good game tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Warriors are 4.5-point favorites. Nuggets didn't look great their first game, but they're just got a few of their players back. So I think we need. You can't get overreact over one or two games, but I like the way the Warriors are looking. I like the Warriors there at the -4.5. You have the Suns and Trailblazers. Suns are 5-point favorites, -210 on the money line. The Trailblazers are plus 176 on the money line. Over-unders at 223.5. This game here is hard for me. It's a new look Portland team, but the Suns did look decent in their opener. So I'd lean toward the Suns there at the -5 on the spread. Hey, thanks, Dre. We appreciate that. You have anything on the NBA?
Nope, not on the NBA.
All right, I'll give out my best picks of the day for the NBA games here toward the end of the show. Let's go ahead and move to college football. Then you have some college football.
Yeah, I've got a parlay for college football. I've got Purdue. I'm taking Purdue +2 against Wisconsin. I'm taking Penn State -3.5 against Minnesota. That's at Penn State. And then I'm taking Washington at California. I'm taking Washington minus 7.5.
Okay, I think. Let me see. I think the Penn State's changed.
As a
Let me look. Once I get my phone to pull the odds back up for me. Yeah, I think because earlier Penn State was like 5.5.
really,
Let me look real quick. Yeah, Penn State's 5.5 now.
I still think I like Penn
Yeah,
State.
I got Penn State's one of the ones I have wrote down too. Penn State, they play Minnesota. Penn State's ranked 16th. They're 5.5-point favorites, minus 205 on the money line. Minnesota is plus 168 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 43.5. Another game I think is going to be a fun game to watch. Kansas State at TCU. Kansas State's ranked 17th. TCU's ranked 8th. TCU's a 3.5-point favorite. They're minus 162 on the money line. Kansas State is plus 134 on the money line. Over under at 54.5. I like TCU at the minus 3.5. TCU's been playing some good ball, and I look for them to keep it rolling here. A couple other big matchups this week, as you got Mississippi State at Alabama. Mississippi State's ranked 24th. Alabama's ranked 6th. Alabama's 21-point favorites, minus 1,700 on the money line. Mississippi State is plus 890 on the money line. I'll tell you what, I think 21 points is a lot of points in this game because Mississippi State's not a bad team. They beat they beat Texas A&M, which I'm not saying Texas A&M great, but that was at that time Texas A&M was ranked.
Yep.
So I think Alabama wins the game. I don't know about 21 points, especially when they've been dealing with the injury to their quarterback. UCLA and Oregon, I think that's going to be a fun game.
It's an interesting game, yeah.
That's 9 versus 10.
Yep. Big game for UCLA.
Yeah, Oregon's 6.5-point favorites, minus 250 on the money line. And then another game that I like, that I'm interested in. Let me find it. You got Syracuse and Clemson. I think it's going to be a good game. Clemson's 14.5-point favorites. I think that is probably too many points. Myself, I think Syracuse is going. I think Syracuse is going to be right there with a chance to win the game. Also, you got Iowa and Ohio State. I think Ohio State cruises there, but 29.5 points is too many points for me. Then Cincinnati, number 21, Cincinnati at SMU. Cincinnati's 3.5-point favorites, minus 160 on the money line. And SMU is plus 132. I like Cincinnati there at the minus 3.5. But my picks, well, I'll go back to college picks here in a minute. Was that all you had for college? Was it just that parlay?
Yep.
Dre Montez said, nice parlay. Yeah, that UCLA and Oregon is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Oof.
Is that a primetime game or a late game?
It is starts at 3:30.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was one of them late games, like 10 or 11. I like some of those.
Yeah, that's at 10:30. Texas and Oklahoma State should be a good game this weekend as well. Texas is 6.5-point favorites in that game. They're ranked 20th. Oklahoma State's ranked 11th, and the 20th ranked team is favored by 6.5. That really don't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But that's college football rankings for you there. All right. I guess we'll move over to NFL. Take a look at a few of those games. You have
Yeah, I got a parlay for that. I got Detroit at Dallas. I got Dallas, unless the spreads change. I got Dallas minus 7.
it's at 6.5 now.
6.5.
So it's
Okay,
actually
I
helped.
like Dallas. I got Giants at Jacksonville. I'm taking Giants plus 3.
Yep, that's still plus 3.
And I'm taking Jets money line at Denver.
I got a couple of your the same picks as you, but not.
No, Denver's defense is not bad, but Jets have been playing well. They're all kind of on a roll. I like them. I like that. Like I said, the Jacksonville and the Giants, I went back and forth because, but is that Jacksonville? But the Giants' defense has been playing pretty good, and I think if they can keep Jacksonville under 21 points. I think the Giants can beat them.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, you got a lot. You got some of the games I have. I like the Colts on the money line against Tennessee. You get that at plus 124.
I seen one site that I look at said one of their big picks, best bets was to take Tennessee and -2, I think.
-2.5.
-2.5. They said take that as one of their best bets, best picks.
I like the Colts money line over Tennessee. I know it's at Tennessee, but I think the Colts offensive line finally found a little something last game. I'm hoping that's going to lead to our offense starting to play a little bit better.
Might have been Kelly.
So I like the Colts on the money line there, or at the -2.5, where you get better odds on the money line. I also like the Jets money line against Denver. I think the Jets are a better football team than Denver right now. I really do. Russell Wilson's been struggling. I forget what the spread on that game is 1 point.
Yeah. So Jets +1. So I just went money line.
Yeah, that's what I had was money line. And then my other pick in the NFL is the Packers -4.5 against the Washington Commanders. I know the Packers haven't looked great, but the Commanders have been a mess.
But one thing that Heineke had success last year, and he could breathe new life into him. So I worry about that a little bit because. And one thing he does, he can throw the ball, he can stretch the field. And him and McLaren had a connection last year that McLaren and Wentz just never got. So
that's true.
It could be interesting, but yeah,
I think the Packers can get the run game going.
I keep waiting for the Packers to click.
I think they can get the run game going. At least I hope so. Now I got an underdog money line parlay that I put together, and it's the Colts money line, Giants money line, and the New York Jets money line. All three are dogs that I think have real good chances of winning.
Yeah, I like that.
And then in college football, the picks I have are Penn State -5.5, TCU -3.5, Cincinnati -3.5. And then I have an underdog parlay, Ole Miss on the money line, Kansas +9.5 points. Kansas is playing. Let me pull that back up because I can't remember. They're playing a pretty good team, but I thought 9.5 points was way too many points. Kansas is playing Baylor, and that's actually that's actually up to 10.5 points now. So I definitely like Kansas at 10.5. And then I like Syracuse +14.5 against Clemson. I think Clemson probably wins the game, but I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think Clemson's going to blow them out. So I like the 14.5 points, especially getting that half. So my underdog parlay is Ole Miss +106, Kansas +10.5 points, and Syracuse +14.5.
Well, I'll ask you real quick because we're both fans of IU. What do you think about the IU at Rutgers game?
I think IU can beat them. What's the spread in that game?
I'm not sure what the spread is.
I don't remember if I saw it.
It's a must win for IU because they're 3-4 now. If they're wanting to try to make a bowl game, Rutgers I think is maybe 4-3 or 3-3. It's a must win because IU's got Penn State next after that, then Ohio State, then Michigan State and Purdue. So they need to win the Rutgers game, Michigan State game, and the Purdue game to have a chance to make a bowl game.
Okay. And then NBA tonight, I have the Pelicans -7, the Celtics -2.5, Brooklyn Nets -3, and the Bulls on the money line against the Washington Wizards. Baseball, I got the under the 7.5 in that game. Let's see it. That's all my picks for today.
Okay, I've got a hockey.
You got a hockey one? All right.
You got a hockey one. I got Tampa Bay at the Florida Panthers. I'm going to take the Florida Panthers win money line. Then I've got Detroit Red Wings at the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm going to take the Red Wings money line. And then I have the Seattle Kraken at the Colorado Avalanche. And I'm going to go over the 6.5 goals. Okay. So that's my pick for that.
My picks yesterday were 4-2. So I had a pretty good day yesterday. The day before, I think I was 4-3. So I had a better day yesterday than on Wednesday. My picks real quick, just to recap. Padres and Phillies under 7.5. NBA Pelicans -7, Celtics -2.5, Nets -3, and the Bulls money line. College football, Penn State -5.5, TCU -3.5, Cincinnati -3.5, and then underdog parlay, Ole Miss +106, Kansas +10.5, and Syracuse +14.5. And then the NFL, I like the Colts money line, the Jets money line, and the Packers at -4.5. And in my underdog money line parlay in the NFL, Colts, Giants, and Jets all on the money line. And I think that parlay has a real good chance of hitting because I think I like the Colts, I like the Jets. I think the Giants have a real good shot of beating the Jags. But the way the Jets have been playing, the way the Broncos have been playing, I'm kind of surprised the Jets are underdogs.
The only thing I would worry about a little bit with the Jets, Jacksonville's going to try to pound the football, try to run.
Oh, you mean the Giants?
Giants, excuse me. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, what did I say? The Jets?
Jets,
yeah, more that the Giants, more than Jacksonville's going to try to pound the football. But I'm sure the Giants are going to try to pound the football on Jacksonville too. So, but hopefully the Giants can control the line of scrimmage a little bit better than what the Colts did against the run.
I think that Giants and Jackson game is going to be a low-scoring game.
I would think so.
I really do. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. That might be something you might want to look at the under at.
Maybe under 40. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to say that I expect it to be under 40, 41 points.
They have it 43.5.
That wouldn't be a bad one.
I think I would like the under there because I think this game could be a
2017, something like that.
I can see it being something like that. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. All right. You got anything else?
No, go Colts. Hopefully they're ready because it's a big game for them. If they win that game, I wouldn't say they're in their driver's seat in their division, but they would be in good shape in their division.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a big game for the Colts Sunday. We will not be live this Sunday for the Colts game. We have a wrestling show. We'll be in Danville, Indiana for Warrior Pro Wrestling 14. If you are tired of watching football, join us for some pro wrestling Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, and also at the All Sports All Plays network as well. Jason McGraw, Colts suck, laughing out loud. How's it going, Jason?
He's a Patriot fan, isn't he? If I remember right.
I think so.
I think he's a Patriot fan. Yep. They've been playing pretty good lately.
A rookie quarterback about ready to take old dude's spot.
I think so. I think we may have another Tom Brady situation there.
Also, join us. Dad won't be on, but join me and Pride tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern as we'll be doing our UFC preview and prediction show. We were going to do it earlier today, but some things changed, and so we had to move it to this evening. But we'll break down UFC 280 Oliveira, and of course, I'm drawing a blank now.
They just had it up there, but I can't remember.
Makhachev.
Okay,
Oliveira and Makhachev. Oh yeah, he said, "Good, go Pat, zap for life." But yeah, so if you're a UFC fan, join us tonight 6:30. We'll give out picks, our predictions on each fight. We'll break down the fights, give our predictions, and I think we're going to do a watch along tomorrow for the fights. I'll let everybody know later. I'll put out a graphic if we are still working on some things there. But all right, real quick, just to recap. I'll give out my picks one more time real quick, and then before we get out of here, Major League Baseball tonight, Padres and Phillies under the 7.5. In the NBA, I like the Pelicans -7, Celtics -2.5, the Nets -3, and the Bulls money line. College football, I like Penn State -5.5, TCU -3.5, and the Cincinnati -3.5. And then an underdog college parlay I put together, Ole Miss +106 on the money line, Kansas +10.5 points, and Syracuse +14.5 points. And in the NFL, I like the Colts money line, the Jets money line, the Green Bay Packers -4.5. And in my underdog money line parlay for the NFL this weekend, Colts, Giants, and Jets all on the money line. And that'd be all my picks. Yesterday, my picks were 4-2, hoping for a good weekend of picks.
Yesterday I was 2-4, so I'm not real good. That NFL killed me. I did pretty good on the hockey, but I'll give mine real quick. College football, I got Purdue +2 at Wisconsin. I got Penn State. You said had moved to minus 5.5 at Penn State against Minnesota. I've got Washington at California. I'm taking Washington minus 7.5. So that's my college one. My NFL, I've got Dallas minus 7 at Dallas against Detroit. I've got the Giants plus 3 at Jacksonville. And I've got Jets money line at Denver. My hockey parlay, I've got Tampa Bay at Florida. I'm going to take Florida Panthers money line. I've got the Detroit Red Wings win money line at the Chicago Blackhawks. And then I've got the Seattle Kraken and Colorado Avalanche over the 6.5 goals.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. We greatly appreciate it. And at the All Sports All Plays Network as well. Like I said, we'll be live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern with our UFC preview and prediction show. And I'll also be live tonight at 11 with Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. So come join us for those 2 shows later this evening. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays Network. I host an afternoon show on the All Sports All Plays Network, 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Come join us for that. Check out their morning show, the great group of guys over there. We appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully we can hit some of these picks this weekend.
Yep.
Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys back here Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.